Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so we're going to talk about lesson 17 today. My favorite students, of course, my Math 7 students, Saxon Math 87, lesson 17. We're going to be talking about protractors today. And if you guys don't know what a protractor is, it looks like this guy right here. And I totally forgot to tell your parents to get one during back to school time, so I apologize. I will bring some to class if you need extras. But what they do is they measure angles. They measure angles. So that you might wonder why I have this so close. It's because we're going to be working with those protractors today. So just as a quick refresh, a 90-degree angle looks like this, right? Makes a little box, right? So that's just a good gauge to determine like a ballpark figure, right? Is it greater than 90 degrees or less than 90 degrees? Either way. So when you take a look at a protractor here, okay, what we have is, let me just make sure that this focuses. Okay, so no, that definitely didn't focus. Good. Okay, so when we have a look at this protractor here, you'll see that there are numbers on both sides, right? So 10 all the way up to 180, because there's 360 degrees in a circle, 360. So if I cut it in half, I have 180 in a half circle, right? So there's 180 degrees. This thing right here is 180 degrees. It's called a line, or it's called a straight angle, okay? Straight angle. Write that down in your notes, because I know you're taking notes as you do this. Okay, so taking a look at this guy, we see that it goes 10, 20, 30, 40, but then you see over here, there's a second set of numbers. That's because it goes in the other direction, depending on what we're measuring. For example, let's say I have an angle like this. Okay, so the way that we measure an angle is if we take this little center bit. Do you see there's a little hole there? You line it up like this, okay? Line it up like that. Do you see how my line down here has gone straight along with that, okay? Well, we start by going this way, right? If we start on these bottom ones, you gotta stay on the bottom ones all the way. If you start on the top ones, you stay on the top ones all the way, okay? So we start here, we go up, and oh, I did this almost perfect. You'll see that we go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. This is a 50-degree angle. So this is 50 degrees. Remember I said a straight angle or a line is 180. So if I take 180 and I minus 50, which you can't see because I'm writing too big, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 30, right? 100, if I subtract that, I get 130. So coming back up here to this guy, maybe I can back this up just a tiny, tiny bit. Okay, so if I come up here, this would be 130, right? And so that's just something to think about as you're measuring these angles. Okay, so, let's talk about acute angles. You guys do need to write this down. Acute angle, acute, it's cute, it's tiny, it is less than 90 degrees. 90 degrees, cute, it's tiny. Obtuse, obtuse angles, they're big, obtuse. They are greater than 90 degrees, so they're gonna be bigger than that L, right? A right angle, like we talked about, 90 degrees. A straight angle equals 180 degrees, okay? So make sure you've got those all written down in your notes because that'll be helpful. Okay, so taking a look at some of these guys, let's look in our book here. Okay, so if you'll bear with me as I futz around with this, trying to find the right setting to make this easiest. Take a look, I'm on page 88, you guys. And do you see down at the bottom here how it's got, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I could have just moved it. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so taking a look at this guy, let me find my pen cap here. I'm gonna write in my book, that's because I bought them and I own them. Do not write in your book, okay? This is asking us the measure of these angles. Angle AOB. AOB means it goes AOB, okay? If I start on the bottom here, it's 0 up to 30 degrees. So then it would be a 30-degree angle. Angle AOC, AOC up here. I go from here, I start at 0 and I come all the way up to 110. So this is a 110-degree angle. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. Or no, not on this one yet. AOD, AOD. I hate it when that happens when you sharpen your pencil and you get a little wood on the, no, it's annoying. Okay, AOD, we go from 0 all the way over here to 150, 150. Okay, I keep saying okay. All right, taking a look at this guy. So I switched up, all right. Bam. We got ourselves a protractor here. Angle AOB. That's this guy, AOB. So I start at 0 and I come up and I get between 40 and 50 is 45, right? So between 40 and 50 is 45. So that's a 45-degree angle, okay? Most of these are gonna be on the 5s, if just ballpark it, right? It doesn't have to be exact. Angle AOD, AOD. That goes starting at 0, come all the way over here, it's 140. It is not 40 degrees, not 40 degrees, because we started at 0 on the bottom. We have to stick with the bottom, okay? EOD, EOD, okay? Well, I don't want to start at 180, that wouldn't make sense. So we're gonna start at 0 and we're gonna go up and it's gonna hit right there at 40, okay? Let's see. Oh, finding the measures of these angles. So I've turned the page to page 90. Turn the page to page 90. So these ones are going to be a little trickier because we are not going to start at 0. We are not going to start at 0. Advanced mathematics, that's what you're going to be in high school. It's what I use to prop up my camera. Okay, so for these guys right here, AOD, AOD. That goes from here to here. You can see it goes 0 to 90 degrees. 0 to 90 degrees. AOC, AOC. That means we start here and we go up to 50 degrees. It's right here. AOE, AOE. That means we go from 0 all the way up to 110. It's right in between 110 and 120. Which means it's going to be 115 because that's right in the middle. It is not 65 here in between here because we started at the bottom. We got to stay at the bottom. FOC, FO and C. We're going to start at 0. We come all the way around on those top numbers. We get to 130. So that's an obtuse angle, right? AOB. We come here, AOB. We start at 0. We come up. That looks like it's 20. And then this would be 25 right in the middle. And so it's somewhere between 20 and 25, 22, 23, whatever you want to count it as, that's fine. Just be close enough to there. All right, so we need a protractor now to measure each of these angles, right? Or to draw out each of those angles. In fact, what I'm going to do is grab some paper because I think that'll be easier. And you can see how that works as opposed to the whiteboard because I can't get my markers are not that sharp, right? So here we go. We got this guy right here. We take our protractor. So let's see. So for G, for 45 degrees. G is, oh, look at that. Sorry. Getting the reflection of my ring light there. All right, so 45 degrees. So we put a dot here, right? Like, let's draw out a line. Use a ruler, please, to draw out your lines. So I'm just gonna draw a line. Right, there's my line. Put a dot right there, okay? What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna actually lower this a little bit so that you can see it just a little bit better. Okay, so that dot is gonna go right here. So you see the dot is gonna go in the center of my protractor. And I already forgot, 45 degrees, right? So we've got this guy here and my line lines up nicely here. I'm gonna start 10, 20, 30, 40. 45 is right in the middle, right up here. Do you see that? So I put a little line there. I'm gonna take this dot right here, that line up there, and I'm going to joink. Just like that, okay? Just like that. Now, typically you wanna, I was gonna say you wanna put your arrows on here like this, okay? So that's 45 degrees, and so you mark it by saying 45 degrees, okay? That was G. H is 120 degrees. So again, we start at the bare minimum of a line. So I'm gonna draw a line with my protractor, my ruler. Got a little dot right here, okay? We want this to be 120 degrees. Well, actually I'm gonna scooch this over. I got a little enthusiastic about my line. All right, so right there. All right, 120 degrees. We are going to, so I got my line. I put my center of my protractor right on that dot, and I went 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I stayed, since I started on the bottom, I gotta stay on the bottom up here to 120. See, there's a little line there. Now I'm gonna take this straight edge and I'm gonna go like this, shwink. This will be 120 degrees. Throw your little arrow bobs on there. All right, so go ahead and, well, I'll do the other two. Let's do that. I'm gonna draw a straight line. If you can draw these smaller, that's totally fine. I'm doing it big for you guys, and just because if I need the space, it doesn't matter. You're gonna use a lot of paper in math. So I'm lining my dot up, right? Lining that all up, and it is 100 degrees, so we know 90 is all the way up here. I'm starting down here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right all the way to this guy right there. Bam. Let's do it. Notice it's almost a right angle, right? But a little bit more, so 100 degrees. Good deal. H-I-J. Always start by drawing a straight line somewhere like right in the middle of our spot that we're going to be putting this. Put a little dot right there, okay? Line up our dot and that, and I don't even know what we're doing. 80 degrees, I'm sorry, 80 degrees. So you can see I got that nice and lined up. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80 degrees right here. So I'm going to take this guy and turn it like this, 80 degrees. It's good to know 90 is, perfect, an L, because then you look at this and you're like, oh yeah, perfect. 80 is just slightly in, right? It's a good idea to know what your lines should look like. All right, so anyway, that's Protractors. Good work. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we will see you next time. Thank you, guys.